Hey everybody, welcome to Britpop's React with me, BP1
Hello.
and BP2. And
Over it.
today, we can't not react to this. I mean, this is Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard in the US, in Virginia. We've got the verdict, finally. Something for me that I've been watching literally over the last 5 to 6 weeks. You know, in the evenings. I think in the evenings here in the UK, it's just kicking off, so I've watched a lot of it live. Then I've sort of caught up a bit on little YouTube clips in the evening and stuff like that. So I was well aware of. I've seen all the witnesses present, the evidence from both sides. Yeah, I don't know about you. I don't think you watched too much of it, have you?
No, I haven't really watched any of it, to be fair. I mean, I sort of caught a bit of the updates, read a bit of the pieces online. I mean, I've just seen here, this has been going on for 6 weeks. Two people that are, at one time were madly in love, sat in a court, dishing the dirt on each other, so I don't know if anybody ends up being the winner, but I can see that, there was a reason for Johnny to come back and sort of do the defamation case. I mean, I believe that she wrote an article in 2018 or something that was sort of, although it didn't name him,
I'm
it
not
was
sure
sort
what
of
the year is, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was, she was sort of going out there, putting her side for sort of domestic abuse, and although it didn't name Johnny in the article, he said it was sort of pretty much centered around him, cost him acting roles, cost him his public figure and so on. So he came back and counterclaimed. So interesting to see it, but I'm coming pretty much as I do from most of my actions. Don't know nothing.
No, I know a lot, really. With
Yeah,
this, going and just watching it has just been fascinating. Because we
yeah.
don't have in UK we don't have trials live that you can actually watch. This was obviously two high-profile people that have spent time together, and just laid it all bare. Johnny's, a lot of what was presented in evidence has never been presented before. People that have come out and testified have never done that before, and it was just. Wow, a real eye-opener. So let's just watch a little bit of the verdict being read out.
Question. The defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question. Due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven, by clear and convincing evidence, that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
That is huge. That is, I mean...
2. As to the statement...
I mean, that's the question of all of it, isn't it? Did she act in malice? And 100% yes. I mean, I've watched the whole, like I say, 90% of this trial, and the evidence... it's just all there. I know that as soon as this was over, her statement was released by a PR company almost instantly, and the statement reads through around, it's a bad day for women in general. She doesn't believe women are going to speak out anymore in cases like this. But I don't believe that's true. I believe if you're a person and you know the truth comes out 9 times out of 10 in court, and that's what's shown in this case. She can say that, I think, but my opinion, and I think the majority of people that have watched the case through from beginning to end have seen the evidence, have seen the malice that was there, and the jury have all seen it, and that's why the verdict's there. So I even the statement that's come out afterwards, I sit there and think I'm amazed that you can make that statement. You're better off just sat there and just taking it, because that is what actually happened. So yeah, it's crazy. I was really pleased for Johnny, in the end, because watching it, I could see that the Mark Waldron comments had obviously were directed at Amber Heard and were and I understand that. But at the same time, everything that come towards Johnny, you know, it's just awful. And, you know, this was a defamation case. I mean, the case here of what we're seeing and what's being rewarded doesn't show actually the broader horizon. So much more was brought out in this case. You know, the physical and mental abuse that Johnny took, and the recordings of Amber admitting that she hit Johnny. So all these recordings have come out in a case where the abuse towards Johnny is irrelevant. It was absolutely irrelevant in the case, like rewarding. Yep. But actually, as part of the case overall, to hear that, to see, it was shocking. You know, and I've heard already that she may appeal.
Yeah, I think that's already in.
But as far as I'm concerned, Johnny could quite easily open another case against Amber for domestic abuse, physical and mental abuse, because all the evidence has already come out in this case.
Yep.
So you're just replaying evidence that it's gone against her, because she created that. She made all these different recordings, and all of a sudden they're being played in court. What she's thinking is for her, to show her, you know, evidence of this confrontation with Johnny. But actually, all of these audio recordings are awful to hear as a normal person, to hear the abuse that's being taken. So you won't have seen all that. You've just seen the verdict and what's come out in the media. I think you have to see this case.
Sort of leak out, yeah. I think there was a you know, like I say, I think over here a big thing was made of the Kate Moss giving evidence, obviously being from here. I think there was there were some ones where I can't remember who he was. A guy came on and pretty much, I think he was on his mobile phone driving or something, and he said, you know, I haven't got time for this, even though he was sort of, you know, subpoenaed to appear, and he, you know, he's going, this is a waste of my time, stuff like that. So those bits and pieces I've sort of heard on, you know, but I haven't really kept up with any of it, to be fair.
We've got a clip here.
Okay.
So they've done the verdict. Obviously, you know, Johnny's been awarded 15 million in damages. I think it's 10 million plus 350,000, because I think 350,000 is the maximum that it can be in Virginia. So even though it was 5 million, I think he can only get 300. That's about 10.3 million, I think, that he gets. And obviously he has to pay, 2 million to Amber, so it's an 8.3 million sort of gap. This little clip is just when they finish. Obviously Johnny's not here. He's in the UK right now.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, he's performed on stage with Jeff Becca. I've got a little clip for that in a second. But this is just after the judge is walking out.
It is adjourned. Thank you.
Watch Camille's face over here. Watch Camille. Look, she puts her hand, she starts to cry. And that, throughout, is something all the way through this that we, as an onlooker, saw. The passion, the belief in Johnny's legal team. That this is right, this is justice, this is what is being delivered. And I never felt that from Amber's team. It was like they're there to do their job. Yeah, they're being paid to do their job. But did they really believe what they were saying and what they were trying to challenge? That certainly didn't come across, you know, visually or, you know, by sound as well. And you can just see how much it means to Johnny's team there. You know, to have given justice. It must be really heartwarming to feel that you've done that for somebody. And let's just listen to their statement as well. This is coming out afterwards.
I'm going to go to the podium.
Let's just skip. Yeah, that was a helicopter.
And to Camille Vasquez, the rest of...
Today's verdict confirms what we have said from the beginning, that the claims against Johnny Depp are defamatory and unsupported by any evidence. We are grateful, so grateful to the jury for their careful deliberation to the judge and the court staff who have devoted an enormous amount of time and resources towards this case.
Our judicial system is predicated on each person's right to have his or her case heard, and we were honored, truly honored, to assist Mr. Depp in ensuring that his case was fairly considered throughout the trial. We are also most pleased that the trial has resonated for so many people in the public who value truth and justice. Now that the jury has reached its conclusive verdict, it's time to turn the page and look to the future. Thank you all so much, and thanks to the jury.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. Have you spoken to Johnny? How is he feeling? How's Johnny feeling? Will Johnny and Amber ever speak?
That's it. You're not going to get much more. I mean, that's
No.
Again, you know, that's quite clear cut and how it was felt. And like we said, Johnny, this is Johnny. He was out on stage, not
Yeah,
long,
he's been over here.
a couple of nights with Jeff Beck, showing his skills on the old guitar, which I haven't. I mean, we're a music reaction channel mainly, you know, and this was out him out on the Royal Albert Hall. Jeff. I mean, it must have been nice for him to just step back and get back
just
to
let it,
himself, you know? So,
Yeah.
This is a song from his heady remark. Embraced by the same star. Spun out of beauty, trapped by its web. She's a perfect cocoon, twanging gold thread. The music is spectacle, her thoughts too pure. The light of her being, her exotic allure. Torn at the seams for daring to dream. It's so hard to speak when you're frozen in. Scream.
there you go. So
yeah, I mean, he's
he's in a band, isn't he? He's in a band.
Well, yeah. Hollywood Vampires. He formed it in 2012. It was formed by Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, and Joe Perry. So you know, a couple of big names in there. I think he tours with another band as well. But Hollywood Vampires is the one he's sort of known for.
Yeah. He's good as well. You know, I was surprised. You know, I watched that and I thought, you know, it was good. But so there you go, mate. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard verdict. I mean, it could have gone right at the beginning. I wasn't sure where it was going to go. You know, but it wasn't until I saw so many different people come out and testify, and all the jigsaw pieces just come together. You know, for every scenario, for every, you know, one day you've got this, next day you haven't. This day this has happened, the next day it hasn't, and it's, you know, being on the jury, all you can go by is evidence, and what's presented to you. And I think they've you know, they made the right decision in what I would have made the same decision if I was on that jury of what was being presented. So there you go, mate. Let's hope that they can both, you know, just move on. Just move on with their lives now.
Well, obviously, you know, as you say, I think Amber's sort of counterclaimed again now. So whether that keeps going backwards and forwards, you know, is anybody going to end up, you know, I mean, you know, having to air your sort of dirty laundry in public, does anybody come out the winner? I'm sure that, you know, as you said before, I think you mentioned it, you know, at the time of the original one, Disney didn't sort of step up and say come out in support of Johnny. So I think that sort of hurt him a lot. So where, you know,
he's been so mentally hurt by this, you know. I mean, he's had that physical abuse around, but since, you know, mentally tough, knowing that, you know, he sort of said he'll never be Captain Jack Sparrow whilst it's under Disney.
Right.
I mean, he's you know, and again he confirmed that in court. So, you know, it's really hit him hard that he had no support there. You know, it's like an instant, and that's the trouble, isn't it? If somebody gives you sexual abuse, physical abuse, that's it. You're cut off until proven innocent, which is wrong. You know, you're innocent till you're proven guilty. So to have to have gone through that for all these years, and he said himself, I think in his statement, you know, 6 years of his life he's lost, and he can have his life back. And too right as well. You know, like I say, any doubts, go watch the whole thing again. 6 weeks, go spend 6 weeks of your life, like most of us have, and you'll just find out that what a case to watch.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
There you
Good
go.
luck to both of them. See where they go next. I'm sure whatever they do next, it's going to be highly publicised anyway. So yeah, let's see where they go next. There you go. All right.
There you go. Well, thanks for joining us and listening to our Brit view on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard verdict. Until next time, make sure you join us. Hit the subscribe button. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.
Indeed. Bye from him. Ooh. So you know all that stuff, do you?
Yeah.
He's a 20th century boy.